it's progressive realization. The more you progress and move towards it, the more you realize that I can do this. But staying back at ground zero, it's hard to see you at 10. But when you take step 1, you can see 2 and 2 and 3. And all of a sudden you see, oh my gosh, I'm at 10. You look back, it's like, I can't believe we've come this far. And it's been 90 days, but what if you didn't even take the first step? And that's what you've done. This is episode 20 something.
Yeah, you have to take the first step. And guess what I realized? If you take the first step in a certain direction and it's not working out, then you just take another step in a different direction. It's not going backwards. And then if you take the step and it doesn't work, then you know, okay, well, this doesn't work, but you're not stuck not knowing anymore, right? Yeah. You take that step and then you figure out how to maneuver after you start. You just have to start.
If you're a go-getter, faith-driven and family-focused and need to break through to your next level, this is the podcast for you. Your self-talk can reshape every area of your life. It's time to dream and think big. Welcome to the Self-Talk Experience with Darnell and Tracy Self. It's time to elevate, baby. Let's get into the show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Self-Talk Experience.
Hey, everybody.
Yep, we are here emphasizing that the things you say to yourself about yourself eventually determines what and even who you attract for yourself. So talk good to yourself, baby.
I love your shirt.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all like this? Yeah. I'm going to show you how you can get one. So look, check it out. Today is a special episode.
I'm in a hot seat today.
Yes. So if you remember a previous episode, this one over here, and if you're listening to this, I'm pointing at T-Self.
Yes.
Put on Instagram, hey, you guys give me some fun questions that you would like Mr. Self to answer on our podcast. So I did the same thing on IG. Thank you all for responding. And I have some questions right here in my phone for you today.
Okay, let's do it.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's jump right in. All right. So for those who don't know, Tracy Self has this love for, what am I about to say?
Wine or coffee?
Yes.
Probably coffee.
Yes, this question is about coffee, even though I'm sure it could have been about wine. But she loves coffee and she loves wine. So this question was, how did your love for coffee start?
How did my love for coffee start? Okay, so I have to go way back for this.
Okay.
So when I was younger, I always wanted to do or eat or follow my dad around. And so whatever my dad liked, I would just try it. So he always wanted different salad dressings. So I wanted to eat what he was eating. Okay. So my dad always liked coffee ice cream. So when I was younger, I would always get coffee ice cream. So I've liked coffee, I guess, since I was younger.
Okay.
Actual drinking coffee, fast forward. Growing up, my mom and dad, I know they drank coffee, but we didn't really have it a lot in the house, but they drank it at work. Okay. So when they retired, my dad really got into drinking coffee. So I was like, me too. I want to get into drinking coffee like my dad. And so my dad got this espresso machine. I was like, I want an espresso machine. And he got the grinder where you grind the beans. I want to do that. So it's this whole thing. It's really my dad and I kind of together. But it really evolved because I feel like for me, coffee is very social. You can just have a cup of coffee and have great conversations around it. So I have a couple of friends that I hang out with and we really just go to get coffee and hang out and talk. And also, did you know that caffeine stimulates your central nervous system? So when you drink coffee, you know how some coffee drinkers will say, I'm not right until I have my coffee, or don't talk to me until I have my coffee. Right. But that actually is a mood enhancer. And it elevates your mood. So there's some truth to that when coffee lovers say that.
Okay. What kind of mood does it elevate? Just curious.
No, it gives you energy and it makes you happier.
Okay.
So they say.
Okay.
So it's some truth to that when people say, don't talk to me before I've had my coffee in the morning.
So
after they have
a cup of coffee ready for you in some occasions. Like, you need your coffee, man.
So yes.
So that's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
Yeah.
So those are just a couple of reasons, I guess. But it really started out with me just wanting to do what my dad was doing. Nice. And now I absolutely love it. And of course, now I started visiting different coffee shops when we travel and doing reviews. I'm having so much fun doing that.
Yeah, go ahead and promote your new IG page.
Yes, The Real Bougie Beans. Please follow me.
Bougie Beans.
Yes.
On IG. So Check her out. It is fun, though. I'm like her cameraman when we're going around to these spots.
Yeah, but it's so much fun, too, babe, because you're not just going with me. You're going, you want to go, you participate, we have coffee, and it's a fun time for us together, too.
Yeah. No, one coffee shop we went to review, because reviews are, look, you got to be honest, and not every review is going to be positive. We went to this one spot, and it wasn't actually that good. And I mean, some parts of it was, some parts of it wasn't.
I know, and I haven't figured out how to do the review yet because I don't want to do a bad reviews. I did like some of it. So yeah, stay tuned for a so-so review.
Yeah, no, but I was just going to say though, even though we didn't really like it, I'm like, you know what? There's another one that you may want to try around the corner. And so, but that's what support is all about, right?
Right, babe, but you go a step further than support. You can't really say that because you're so thoughtful. For me, support is, hey, I want to go visit this coffee shop. Can you take me? And you say, sure, I'll take you. I'll support you. I'll take you to the coffee shop. I'll get out and help you take pictures. That's support. But when we were at that coffee shop, you could tell I was so disappointed. Mm-hmm. And you were like, you don't like the coffee, do you? And I was like, no, it's okay. It's fine. And you said, you know what? That's okay. We'll go somewhere else. I'll take you somewhere else. Let's find somewhere else. We can walk somewhere else. It was very thoughtful. So it's a difference between being supportive and thoughtful. And that's what you are.
Oh, thank you.
It was really thoughtful because I was ready to say, it's okay. We can just try another day. And you said, oh no, throw that coffee in the trash. I'm going to take you somewhere else. And we went somewhere else and it was amazing. Yes. And we just had fun walking around.
But that's what this is all about, right? You want to experience different boutique type coffee shops and you have a love for it and you're not going to enjoy everyone. But guess what? Reviews, sometimes I read reviews on hotels and things and they're like horrible. But then some people, like, I love it. I would go here every time I'm in that city. Yeah. So it's different for different people, right? But you're just recommending what you think people would like.
Yes. Well, I'm having a great time doing it. And I appreciate your thoughtful
Okay, this is not about me, though. It's about you. So that was just the first question. So, it's interesting learning more about people, though, because people know you as us together as successful entrepreneurs who've helped other people succeed. But there's so much behind the scenes that people don't know. And that's why I like this line of questioning, because that would never come out with our traditional business, with our business that we run.
Sure.
Right? Normally people wouldn't ask that. So here's the second question. Okay. Did you ever think that you would be a stay-at-home mom? Like, when did that come to your mind? Like, you know what, maybe I would like that, or you didn't think about it until it happened?
Absolutely not. I think we touched on this a little bit in another episode. I never wanted to be one. I never thought about being one. I didn't know one growing up. So for me, I just knew that I was going to go to college and I was going to get married and have a family and I was going to have a career. Not sure what it was when I was in college. My major was broadcast journalism. Mm-hmm. So I was really interested in that. So I thought that my career path would take me somewhere along those lines. It never occurred to me that I would actually have so many children and have the opportunity to stay home with them. So when it presented itself, sure, I was excited about it, but I never dreamed at all that I would be doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when you had Makai. Makai is our 22-year-old. And I remember your boss asking, hey, are you coming back?
And I tried to stall because we didn't have health insurance, but I had it through my job. So I kept saying, yeah, I'm going to come back in a couple of weeks. And I knew I wasn't going back. I felt so bad. And finally, she called me. She said, you're not coming back, are you? Said,
how long was that? After like a few months? Or?
It was about 6 months.
Wow.
And she said, okay, I'm going to need to find someone else. I said, you are? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But I was excited.
Yeah,
I was
but
so
the
excited.
relationships that you've built with our 4 children are simply amazing. I mean, we had to make sure your phone was on Do Not Disturb, and I had to text them like, we're recording an episode. Do not call mom, because they call you so often.
I love it, though.
Yeah.
I do.
Am I allergic to this? Can I eat this? I mean, they're grown.
They do.
Yes. All right. So that was number 2. What are some of your hobbies? This person says, I want to know what Tracy's hobbies are.
Hobbies? I love to read, really love to read. For me, if I am sitting outside with a cup of coffee and my book, I will be so happy and I will be indulging for hours. It doesn't have to be.
Then coffee turns into wine.
No, I can drink coffee in the afternoon as well.
Okay. Evening?
Okay. Then it's going to be a espresso martini.
Okay. Okay.
No, I love reading. I really enjoy that. And Zumba is my biggest love. I love Zumba. I haven't been back to the gym to teach since the pandemic. I want to go back. I think I want to go back, but I kind of don't really want anybody telling me when I have to come in anymore. So
okay, hey guys, you got to hear this.
I don't know.
So this one, right? Stayed home mom for at that point, it's probably like 20 years, 19 years, I think it was. And
what are you gonna say?
And she's like, you and your friend Nakia was like, oh, we're gonna do Zumba. This is so exciting. And she got you into it, Nakia Mack.
Shout out to Nakia Mack.
And then all of a sudden, you're like, I think I want to get a job doing Zumba, teaching Zumba. And I was like, oh, that's awesome, man. Go for it. And you're like, I said, you sure you want a job? Because you know what I mean? You're not used to someone telling you like when you have to be to work and how long you have to be there. And we travel a lot, right? This one says, I'm going to work at this gym.
Oh, yes. And so when you fill out the job application, then I was so confused because now everything is digital. I'm used to the handwritten. Anyway, it's besides the point. So I'm filling it out and it says hours of availability. Well, they let you pick when you're available. So I said, I'm available Tuesday and Thursday from 10 to 2.
Who puts that on a job application?
Because I have children. I had to pick them up from school. I had homework. I had all these things to do.
That's not what you told me. You said, I can't work on Friday because, we might want to hang out on the weekend and travel. And I can't work out on Saturday and Sunday because we're already gone on travel. And I can't work on Monday.
Nobody's working on Monday because what if
who wants to work on Monday? Yeah. I got to relax from my travel.
And then Wednesday is the middle of the week. I mean, you have to
This
relax.
is her thinking. So I'm going to give them a few hours. And she got the job, y'all.
I got it. See? Because my audition was really good.
Okay.
You have to audition to get a Zumba job. You can't just get hired. I had to audition.
Yes. And then check this out. They were paying her on a card, like a debit card or something like that, right? They were paying you on a card. Mm-hmm. And she could.
That was new too. I didn't know you could
figure it out. And so like a year and a half, 2 years ago, she was like, hey, I never cashed any of my check, any of my money. I need so much money's in there. I was like, hold on. You've never accessed your money. You've been working at this gym for a year or something. And you bought yourself
I don't think this is part of the question.
Okay, it wasn't. I don't know how we got there. All right, let's take a break. Go to our sponsors. I'll come back at like 3 or 4 more questions. All right, thank you. See you guys. Hey, what's up, fam? You got to connect with J&E Builders. They buy homes in any condition. J&E Builders even help out with distressed properties. And if you're dealing with a significant amount of taxes, J&E Builders will assist you with that home as well. Give them a hit at J&E_builders. That's at Instagram at J&E_builders.
Hey, Self Talk Experience family. If you want to do some great shopping and get great finds like this, follow my girl, thebrianna.k on Instagram. And if you want to shop, go here. So author and trainer Monte Sanders has been in this health and wellness space for over 20 years. His most notable clients are NFL Hall of Famers Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. And guess what? He's got an Amazon best-selling book that you can gain access to right now. It's The Power of You versus You. I'm going to tell you right now how you can get access to that and his other programs. All you have to do is go to thepowerofyouversusyou.com. That's it. Thepowerofyouversusyou.com to get access to that amazing book as well as all of his other programs. Hey, what's up, Self-Talk Experience family? Listen, I thought I was going to get some bathrooms renovated, but I had no idea when I connected with my man, Stan Neal, that it would be more than a renovation. I'm not even sure what the term should be. Maybe transformation, because I started with the bathrooms and all of a sudden my entire basement was redone in a way that my family members thought I moved. Seriously. So if you're looking to take your house to the next level, whether it's some custom construction, some transformation of your bedroom, your bathrooms, your family room, your great room, I did it all. I mean, if I showed you my entire house before and after pictures, in fact, I'm going to show you some, you would say, no way is that the same room or the same house. Listen, I'm just saying this because I've got personal experience with this gentleman. So you want to connect with him, I'm going to give you the number, his office number to reach him, as well as email. And again, you will not be disappointed. So if you want to reach him via
his office number, 202-359-3923. Again, 202-359-3923. And email is Stan, Stan.nealjr, Nealjr @FreshAirLLC.com. Connect with my man Stan. You won't be disappointed. All right, we are back. And today we have the real bougie beans in the hot seat,
yes,
also known as Tracy's self. And so, you ready for your next question?
Okay.
This one's a good one.
Okay.
What's your most embarrassing moment?
Most embarrassing moment?
Yeah. It didn't say when, like childhood, adult, doesn't matter.
Yeah, so your most embarrassing moment was funny. Like you actually had two. I have a serious most embarrassing moment.
Okay.
Well, so when we first started the business, I went to my first event and I was expecting, and we were at breakfast. You know what I'm going to say?
Now I do, yeah.
We were at breakfast and I wasn't as personally developed then as I am now. And I wasn't used to this environment where everyone wanted to hug and shake hands, and I wasn't used to it. So I was sitting down eating breakfast and someone came over and she was very excited
This is at a conference, by the way, with thousands of people.
She was very excited to come over and say hello to you and Mr. Humes at the table. And another one of our good friends was there. And she came over and hugged everybody. And she came over to me and said, hi. And I backed up and I said, excuse me, I'm eating. And I don't know if it was my hormones. I don't know what it was, but that's who I was. And you were so upset and you just got up and walked away. And I was so embarrassed that I did that. So that was something that taught me that I can't be that person, because I'm sure I hurt that person's feelings.
Right.
I upset you and embarrassed you, which in turn embarrassed me. I'm sure I embarrassed Mr. Humes, I'm his friend. So it was a whole thing. But that was a really embarrassing moment for me, and it stuck out. Yeah. And I think about it often and think to myself, I have to never go back and be that person again.
I wonder if that person remembers that. You know, sometimes you remember things that other people don't. And sometimes people hold on to that. They'll, you know what I mean? Like, I never forget this person was successful, and I always knew successful people were pompous and arrogant. You know what I mean? Maybe it confirmed what she had been thinking about successful people. Like, you just never know how it impacted them, or if it didn't at all.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And it was a dot for me that in that moment, I thought, I have to grow. Like I can't be this person. I have children and I'm having another one. This is not good. This is really not good. So that was embarrassing for me.
Wow.
I don't know that I have anything that would be funny. I can't think.
Who were you pregnant with at that time?
Makai.
That was Makai. Oh, wow. He's so thoughtful and generous. I was about to say, that's what it is, bro. But he's not that way at all.
Yeah, he helped me. He gave me some good vibes.
That's it. Good stuff. Well, then that's a perfect lead to this next question.
Okay.
And that is, did you really get kicked off of Darnell's tour?
Yes, absolutely. And can I say for the record, Darnell self, I don't know if I said this before, but I'm going to say it again. You were scheduled to travel and train at meetings.
Yeah, speaking engagements.
This wasn't a tour. This is a self-proclaimed tour. You weren't on tour. You were working. You were on the road. You weren't on tour.
First of all, self-proclaimed is perfect, because my last name is Self. I proclaimed there was more than one stop. So that's a tour. Anytime you're on more than one stop, you're on a tour.
Okay. Well,
if you're going to tour Italy, you're going to go to more than one city. That's a tour.
You, sir.
It doesn't have to be like singing.
Okay. The answer to the question is yes. It's a very sensitive subject for me. And let's move on to the next question. But okay. I made it back on the tour.
Yes, you did.
The very next stop, by the way. So did I really get kicked off? Because I was at that stop and I made it to the next stop. So maybe the answer is no, I didn't get kicked off.
You got kicked off in between.
It was an attempt to kick me off. Right. Is what it was.
But there was an opportunity for us to communicate. We'll have to talk about that transparency in your relationships, both business and personal. Let's make that an episode.
Okay.
Because it actually helped us to grow.
Not in that moment. But, okay. Yes. Eventually.
I don't know about doing this podcast anymore with your spouse. Like, we should probably talk more about what we're going to talk about so that you don't just call me out on certain things.
You asked the question.
It was Instagram. Okay, let's move on. How does it feel to have such a dream life, or do you even look at it that way?
Yes, I do look at it as my dream life. If I could think back and dream of what I would like my life to be, this would be pretty much it. This is
recorded, so I'm going to play that back to her in certain moments. Like, this is your dream life. Remember, you said it.
Yes, but the thing is, babe, we worked hard for this. I mean, we made a lot of sacrifices over the years. We have not done a lot of things. We've missed out on stuff. And I think that it was all worth it. Yeah. So absolutely, yes, I absolutely appreciate it. It's a blessing to be in this position and to prayerfully be a blessing to other people so they can have a dream life for themselves as well and their families.
Well said. Well said. All right. That was a great answer. This one is, how did you overcome your fear to start podcasting?
Was it really a fear? I don't know if I was afraid. I had no idea that I would even have an interest in podcasting. And when you first asked me, we've talked about this before, I said, no, it wasn't that I was afraid of doing it. I just wasn't interested. The only reason I said yes is because I wanted to do something with you, and you were very excited about it. So I said, I can't keep saying no, because you told me, you said, I really want to do it, and I may just do it. And when you said that,
like, I need a co-host.
Right. And you said, I really don't want to do it by myself, but I will. And I thought to myself, well, let me just do it. This will be fun to do with him. So I don't think I was scared. I don't think I had the confidence in the beginning. Maybe that's a better answer. Yeah. I didn't have the confidence, and I gained the confidence just by doing it. Right. The more I did it, the more confident I'm still becoming. Right. Doing it. And I was talking about this too. Sometimes you don't know something is in you unless it's activated. So I didn't know podcasting was in me until it was activated. And then once it was activated, it helped me build the confidence that I needed to do it.
Wow. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And I think that some of your hesitation came from the unknown, which is most people are hesitant to do something because it's unknown, right? It's that false evidence appearing real, and they just don't know. And I remember our very first episode, I'm about to call her out since she's in the hot seat. She was like, I think I'm going to spit up. I
was like, I'm going to be sick. I don't want to do it. It's not going to be good. And you said to me, it's not live, it's recorded. So if it's not good, we just won't air it. And I was like, oh, okay, you're right. And then I took a deep breath and was able to get through it.
But you did it anyway, right? And that's what we've been talking about, especially with self-talk. It's like at some point you got to say, you know what, I'm going to do it. And then you stick to the thing you said you're going to do. You commit to it. Like, I'm going to commit to do this. I'm going to commit to wake up early. I'm going to commit to go to the gym. I'm going to commit. I said I was going to post every day. I said I was going to start a podcast. I said I was going to write a book. And at some point, you got to do at least move in that direction. And like you said, your confidence built as you moved in the direction. It's called, one of my mentors, the great late Paul J. Meyer, says it's progressive realization. The more you progress and move towards it, the more you realize that I can do this. But staying back at ground zero, it's hard to see you at 10. But when you take step 1, you can see 2 and 2 and 3. And all of a sudden you see, oh my gosh, I'm at 10. You look back, it's like, I can't believe we've come this far. And it's been 90 days, but what if you didn't even take the first step? And that's what you've done. This is episode 20 something.
Yeah. You have to take the first step. And guess what I realized? If you take the first step in a certain direction and it's not working out, then you just take another step in a different direction. It's not going backwards. And then if you take the step and it doesn't work, then you know, okay, well, this doesn't work, but you're not stuck not knowing anymore, right? Yeah. You take that step and then you figure out how to maneuver after you start. You just have to start.
Yeah, that's so good. I remember when I first quit my job and people say, were you afraid? I'm like, yeah, but I was more afraid of leaving my dream behind.
Yes.
So yes, I was afraid to walk away from my job. Yes, there was some fear there, but the fear of me leaving my dream behind outweighed the fear of me stepping out.
And you stepping out, guess what? If it didn't work out, we would have figured it out.
Yeah.
We would have figured it out.
No, that's good. That's so good.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Podcaster.
Yeah,
all right. So do people ever disregard you because of Mr. Self's popularity? I wish I knew who asked that one.
You know, it's funny. I think a lot of times people are so excited to meet you and see you because you've blessed them so much. They don't even realize that they're being inconsiderate or not being thoughtful. Mm-hmm. So it happens sometimes, but it's okay because I don't really think 99% of people aren't doing it on purpose. Yeah. I think they're just like, there's Mr. Self. And also 2 years ago, I wasn't with you as much. I was just come to the conferences. So no one really knew who I was anyway. Right. And that was okay. So now it doesn't happen much at all because we're together so much. Right. I'm at all the meetings with you. I'm on tour with you. I'm podcasting with you. So now people are excited to see both of us.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and some of this is because of who you are too. Right? Because even if they are disregarding you, however you would define that, right? 2 things you can control, your attitudes and your actions.
Right.
Right? So you are choosing to see it differently. So even if, because you said, hey, look, it's okay. They were just excited about, oh my gosh, that call you had with me blessed me, it changed my life, it saved my family, it stopped my house from going to foreclosure, whatever it was, right?
And I'm excited that people are excited to see my husband.
And that they got that result.
Exactly right. Yeah. And there's a difference between being disregarded and being disrespected.
That's good. Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So.
You want to talk about that?
No.
Is that therapy? You don't want to get it out?
No.
Okay. All right. So we got to wrap it up here, but let's see. I have 2 more. Let me see which one I want to ask here.
Okay.
Let's do this. What's the best place you visited and why?
Like the best destination?
I guess that's what it means, yeah.
Oh, that's easy. Was that our 20th anniversary, Jumbie Bay, Antigua? That is one of my absolute favorite trips I've ever taken in my entire life. That was an island.
Yeah.
And it's a private island, but even the whole lead up to it, you just did something to lead up. And so I didn't even know where I was going. And then I got to the airport, then there was a flight, but then when I got off the flight, there was a boat, then there was a boat to the place. It was just amazing. In this island, there were no cars.
Right.
We rode bikes. Right. We went to the spa. It was beautiful. And I had the experience of doing it with you. And it was just that. Yes, that was it.
Yeah. We got
that has to be my favorite.
Sea turtles being hatched.
Yes,
rare.
Yes. So when we got there, they asked us. They said, "We don't know what time it's going to be. Do you want to see it? It could be in the middle of the night. We'll call you." And we said, "Okay, put us down." And our phone literally rang one night. It had to be 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And they called us and they said, "If you want to still see it, we'll come pick you up." And we say, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I wish I could remember. I think it's like hawkbill turtles or something like that. It was something, whatever it was, it's like a rare species.
Yes.
Yeah, it was and then it was cool too because when we landed, when the boat arrived, we were met with a chef. It was like, so what kind of food do you like?
Absolutely.
It was amazing. Time. Yeah.
That was amazing.
But not for folks who, if you don't really like the person you're going with,
don't go.
Yeah, because there's nothing else to do. Like if you're like, hey, we're gonna go to the parties. You don't want to go if you're like sitting there looking at the person like, I can't stand them. There's nothing else to do. There's no other people.
Yeah, that was great though.
So it was okay. That was a great.
We should go back there.
Okay.
We should go maybe for our 30th anniversary.
Yeah, maybe we should film an episode of Self Talk from there.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, then we got to take Janelle though.
Oh, we definitely would take her. She has to go. She has to go.
Good stuff. All right, guys. Well, listen, this was good.
Yes.
We had an opportunity to hear from Tracy Self. Were there any questions that were asked of IG, from the IG family, that weren't asked that you would like to address right now? Anything you'd like to share?
No, I just really appreciate being able to do the podcast with you, and that you had so many questions, because you said you had more questions. You didn't even get to ask all the questions. So I just appreciate our family out there with self-talk, and I enjoy doing this with my husband.
Good stuff. Well, listen, guys, remember that even though this was about Tracy's self, hopefully you've listened to some of her self-talk and where she was and the things she used to say to herself and how that shifted to the things she now says to herself often, because it's habitual. And so hopefully you're catching yourself when you say certain things. You're thinking, man, I'm going to shift. The more I watch these episodes, the more I see that I need to shift, or the more I'm affirming that, oh my gosh, I say those things now.
Right.
And so we pray that the things you say to yourself really start to attract the things that you want for yourself. So another episode of Self-Talk.
And remember, if someone wants to hug you while you're eating waffles, let them hug you if they have on a mask. Okay. Bye.
See you guys.
Thank you for listening to the Self-Talk Podcast with Darnell and Tracy Self. We hope you enjoyed. Be sure to rate and review this podcast on your favorite podcast listening platform. And we'll see you next time. And remember, talk good to yourself.